Good morning. I have literally run through the front door, grabbed a drink of water, and I'm just fiddling around putting my mic on. But I am here. And as soon as I get this mic fixed in, I will say good morning. Do come on and say hello if you're joining me live. And we'll take a deep breath and have a little bit of a think about what on earth we're going to play with today. So, hello, if you don't know who I am, my name is Helen Jennings. I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK. I have all the debris from what I was working on yesterday still scattered around. I come on live normally on a Monday and Friday. It's normally 9 o'clock, but this week has been seems to have been a bit scattered, but we are here, and we'll have a bit of a play. Now I'm just going to have a bit of a rifle around back here, because it did strike me the other day that it is actually National Breast Care Awareness Week month. October is National Breast Care Awareness Month, or at least it is here in the UK. I don't know whether that's an international thing or whether that's just a UK thing. But I suspect, like many of you, I have had friends and people I know that have faced that battle. Thankfully, all still doing incredibly well and have come through the other side. But it is something that tends to be close to quite a few of our hearts. So I thought today, whatever we play with, we'll make it pink, because that tends to be the colour for that is concentrated on for National Breast Care Awareness Week. So I thought we'd have a bit of a play with some pink. Now I'm going to open up this box here because it is sort of cards and envelopes, and I know that in here I have one of the Magenta Madness cards and matching envelopes, so that would be a perfect starting place for one pink card, wouldn't it? Because we have quite a bit of pink going on. There's some pink, that's the in colours just there. I've also got some subtle papers just there, that's got a few pinks in. And we do have quite a few pinks in our colour collection. Let's just grab some of them. So we have some Melon Mambo, we have some Flirty Flamingo, Absolutely Div, yes, Rococo Rose, Magenta Madness, Blushing Bride and Petal Pink. So we have some lovely pink collections. So let's play with some pink this morning. I'm going to have a slurp of this water. It's been a long day already. Right, okay, what shall we play with our pink? That is the question. We've got lots of beautiful flowers and things that we could be playing with. I might just having a little look along my shelf at what we could play with. Some things that are a little bit different, or that we haven't played with for a while. We could go Beautiful Friendship, we could go that have a landslide. you could think dressed to impress. Let's have a little look. I've got a few that I've just grabbed. And let's have a little think. Now obviously these are Memory and More cards. And they are designed to go with the Memory and More packs, so that you can literally just pop one of your Memory and More cards on there. So I could just grab one of those, but I think perhaps we'll get a little inventive ourselves. So that space in there, if we wanted to go in this middle section here, is 3 by 4. So let's go with just thinking which of the pinks would blend quite nicely with that. No, I don't think so. That's going to shout, isn't it? That one might be that we need to go. Paler or peachier. Actually, I think I'm going to stick with white initially, having done all of that umming and ahhing. A little bit of need to cut that 4 inches and then swing it round and come 3 inches, and that will sit. Yes, I think it's better in white, isn't it? Let's bring in this sort of scrolly, florally sort of stamp here, and the Magenta Madness stamp set. Ooh. Let's bring some of that around this edge. Not very straight, but okay. Then I'm going to take a piece of Magenta Madness. And then let's cut a little bit of that so that it's a smidge smaller. So let's come in at 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. And we've got that bit of a border just peeping through. Might take that down a little smidge more actually. Let's take it down to 3.5 by 2.5. That's better, we've got a bit more of a border going on there. grab some white embossing powder. Shut that up for a minute. Let's give this a bit of a smoosh. And let's grab the foliage stamp just there, and birthmark. We'll have this coming that way, and I think we'll do another one coming the other way, and I'm not going to worry about the fact that they're going to cross in the middle. Let's grab our white embossing powder. So I think one of the things that it reminds us all in this sort of Breast Care Awareness Month is the importance of, to go along to those dreaded appointments when you get called. We know we don't want to go, but I'm sure I'm not the only one in knowing that a couple of people that for which that appointment has thrown something up that they otherwise would have known nothing about, and has meant the difference between being able to battle it and perhaps the odds not being quite so good. So it's always good to raise awareness and to get checked out, even though we'd really rather not go. So now going to take the flower out of this, and this is the Tasteful Touches stamp set. I do love this stamp set. I haven't played with it for a little while, so that's good. Good that we can play today. Let's we'll take that flower and we'll go back to our Magenta Madness. Got some serious ink going on with my Magenta Madness. Oh, that really doesn't want to stick on the block, does it? But that's fine. Okay. I'm going to grab a blender pen. Just going to bring this colour out a little bit. That sort of nice hint of pink going on in there. To actually just grab a watercolour pencil. I'm just going to add a touch of yellow in the middle there. It's quite pretty. Let's take our scissors. And snip this round. Down we come. That's red card stuck on there. Really rather pretty. Let's look along my the Strong and Beautiful stamp set. There's some really lovely sentiments in there, and there's one here that says, "To the woman who taught me what it means to be brave." That seems as if that would be a perfect addition to that if you were giving it to somebody who was a survivor, a breast cancer survivor, or a breast cancer battler even. So let's take a little bit of vellum. Grab sprig punch. I'm going to add in a couple of those vellum sprigs. And I think I'm going to do this in white embossing as well. I have white embossing on Melon Mambo card, I think. Let's just clean up that stamp. Let's find a bit of Melon Mambo card. Give that a bit of a swoosh. Oh, let's try that the other way around, shall we? Shall we try inking it up with the ink pad rather than with the lid? Bring that into the middle there. Give that a bit of a blast with the heat gun. I think that might be a bit too long for the classic label punch. Yes. So what we'll do is we'll trim it down. Bring in like a label punch, or just, it's sort of not quite as narrow as the narrow one, but less than the middle one, so we can just, it's a little bit wonky, but that's okay. I think actually I'm going to take that down again. Let's bring it up a little bit more and make it less wonky, I think. Let's go with slightly less wonky. Let's line up those words just there. It's still a little bit wonky. I wonder if the stamp itself was a little bit wonky on the block, and possibly more haste, less speed. Then find my pretties box. Oh, pearls. They might be quite nice to have some, the white faceted gems from the peony set. So let's stick this one together. So let's put our piece of white, Whisper White, with our sort of scrolly border, followed by our Magenta Madness, with its white embossed foliage. I think I'm just going to curl this round a little bit just to give it a little bit of shape, and then we'll put some dimensionals on there. And we'll add in some of these little vellum sprigs. One there. And we'll have another one coming down here. Have that coming across the corner just here, so I'm going to put a dimensional on each end. And let's just give that a little bit of a curl to it. And then we'll take some of these white faceted gems from this peony collection and just pop a few of those on. So there we go, there's one in the pink card, as we're thinking about Breast Cancer Awareness Month and all things pink that goes with that. I need a bit of a squidge down. So there's one very pink card. So that's one of those Memory and More cards, and it's matching envelope. So they're great just to grab and go. We've used some Whisper White in there that we've stamped around the edge, some Magenta Madness, and those are all those bits are from the Tasteful Touches stamp set, with that greeting coming from the Strong and Beautiful. Some lovely things in there. You have what it takes to be unstoppable, and I couldn't be more proud. You're loved completely. Some about mothers. Thank you for being there. To the woman who does it all with grace and wisdom. Yep. Cherish my true friend. I know I can always count on you. Really nice sentiments in there. So that is one pink card. Let's do another pink card. Let's do some different pinks this time. So Magenta Madness is absolutely the hot pink in your face. Wow. That is really pink. If you're a really pink girl, Magenta Madness is the colour for you. Perhaps you prefer sort of softer baby pinks. Shall we go with we could perhaps have something with the Dress to Impress, couldn't we? That one lends itself rather nicely to all things pink. So this time, let's go with, I think perhaps we'll go Flirty Flamingo this time. Another lovely pink, but this one has sort of more, slightly more peachy overtones to it. So let's take our trimmer, get rid of those little bits of Magenta Madness, and let's cut our trimmer, our card to 14.9. So we're just making a standard card base, whatever that looks like for you, wherever you live in the world. I'm going to cut that at 14.9 and score it at 10.5 centimetres to make a card base. I think the Petal Pink goes quite nicely with Flirty Flamingo, because again it's got that sort of peachy overtone going on. So I'm going to cut this to 14.4 by 10. Now I think we should have something sort of embossing folderish going on with that one. What shall we have? Oh, I've got so many lovely embossing folders. Just flicking through them. I think I might go scripty. Let's go scripty. Now, which way are we going to want our card to go? Do we want it to be portrait or landscape? Let's go landscape. So we just need to make sure, I'm sort of thinking that question now, because obviously that will depend on which way we put this bit of card into this embossing folder, because we want the line of words to be going the right way. Let me just bring over my machine and let's grab. So the scripty embossing folder is one of the 3D embossing folders. So we need just our base plate, which is number 1, and ooh, where are you? Our embossing plate, which is number 4. Let's move some of this out of the way. Didn't have time to clear the decks from yesterday. Let's open that up. Put that on there. And we'll hopefully, I don't know whether it is age, whether it is, my hormones, on early onset dementia, who knows. I found it. Here is the embossing folder that I've just put that piece of card into. Let's wind that through our machine. Take those out. I'll shut this back up. And then we have a sort of scripty embossing going on in the background there. It's pretty pretty. No, I think I'm going to go decisions. Let's grab the stitched rectangles. Yes, I think we'll take that stitched rectangle. Perfect, a piece of Whisper White card. Number 1. And, oh, apologies. Number 2, let's go with magnetic base plate number 5 and a clear plate. So obviously your magnetic base plate is going to get well loved, just the same as any other plate. It's going through the same pressure as any of your other plates would. But I'm using mine a lot and I'm loving it a lot. Let's run this through here. Clunk, click. Every trip that takes you back, doesn't it? That's dating me. We've got stitched rectangle there. I'm going to take our stitched rectangle and I'm going to take the lipsticks. And the sentiment that says, be bold as your lipstick. I'll have that here. And I'm going to put a little row of lipsticks. So let's get my Memento ink and sponge mat. One. 2, 3. That didn't go very well because that was stuck underneath. That's okay. We have a solution for that. We'll have be as bold as your lipstick. Okay, what we're going to do I'm going to find the lipstick die. Let's stamp another lipstick onto some white card, and then we'll die cut that one. Beautiful. Just run that through the machine quickly. And we always wanted one of them to stand proud, so that's okay. Morning, Janet. So I'm now going to take these little sort of squidgy colouring in stamps, for want of a better word. And we've got Petal Pink and Flirty Flamingo in the background there, so let's grab where's our Flirty Flamingo gone? I can see you. Okay. Do 2 of those in Flirty Flamingo and It varies, Janet. I'm just going to pop that on there. This one actually we need to do a Flirty Flamingo base on. Let's clean those stamps up and then we'll do a swap round and have some petal pink. Very odd at the moment, but let's take, I think I need to do some stamp washing. We'll have our petal pink. Oh, done it again, but that's okay because that then will, where it's gone over, it will go over on the outside, and then this one coming this way. This little sort of spotty stamp going on here. A bit of scrap paper. And what I'm going to do is just do some stamped off spots coming around the edge here. Got this really pretty sort of floral border just here. What I'm going to do with that is just cut out a strip of the Flirty Flamingo card. Let's just run that through. Really pretty, so it sort of takes the pattern out of the inside of that card. Let's swing that round. So I'm just lining the edges of these hearts up on the edge of that cardstock. And then I'm going to make sure the edge is straight, and then I'm going to chop it straight down the middle, because we'll have that coming out. Actually, I might trim that off a bit more on that edge as well. Take that right up to the edge of that flower, and that's coming out either side down there. That's So to start with, we're going to put this embossed mat onto our Flirty Flamingo card base. So that's Flirty Flamingo and Petal Pings. So they've both got that sort of slight peachy overtone to them. And then I'm just going to run some glue down there and have that sticking on there. And then we'll do the same, run some glue down this side and have it eyeball it so it's about the same that side. And I think we'll put some dimensionals on the back of that and just raise it up a bit. Let's get some big ones. So we haven't been focusing on a particular stamp set this morning. We've been focusing on the colour pink because October is Breast Care Awareness Month. So as we think about all those we know that are fighting that battle, have fought that battle, we salute them and we encourage everybody to make sure they go and get checked out when summoned to do so. You can screw your nose up, not want to go, that's fine, but go anyway. And we'll pop that one up on a dimensional, so that one's standing a bit proud. And then I'm just going to take a bit of our fabulous Whisper White seam binding and a Flirty Flamingo, the dark Flirty Flamingo stamping blend, and we'll just turn our ribbon pink like that. A nice squidgy bow with it. Unashamedly girly. Because sometimes we just can do that. And I think if we're being unashamedly girly, we need a bit of bling. Got some bling hanging around here in the background. Okay. So 2 cards. Very pink. As we remember that October is Breast Care Awareness Month. So one with the gorgeous flowers from the Tasteful Touches, and one using the Dress to Impress and those fun, funky lipsticks. To the woman who taught me what it means to be brave, and one that says, be as bold as your lipstick. So I hope you've enjoyed those quick, on the hoof, last minute rush through the door cards. And I will be back, and hopefully all will be back to normal next week, and I will be here at 9 o'clock on Monday morning. In the meantime, have a fabulous weekend, whatever you're planning on doing, and I look forward to catching up with you all very, very soon.